AD team, it is time to level up. I am now offering services to help you become a better you. Photo editing and retouching, looks maxing plans, loyalty tests. I'll even do a full audit of your dating apps and social media profiles. So take the guesswork out of your self-improvement and let me and my team help you out. All links will be down below. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up, AD team? Austin Dunham back again with another video. And today we have a special one and I'm gonna school you guys. Sit down and take your notes out because class is in session. I'm gonna break down basically men's self-improvement and decode all of it. And the reason why I'm creating this video is because, I follow some people in the space, in this manosphere space, as some people call it. And you guys too probably. You probably follow some of my homies. You probably follow Fresh and Fit, shout out to them. You probably are subscribed to a multiple of Manosphere channels that help you become the best versions of yourselves, right? And with that being said, it definitely means that you are into men's self-improvement and bettering your own personal life, whether it be finances, dating, all the above. So basically in this video, I'm gonna break down every pillar of men's self-improvement. And this are the things that every single channel that you follow will talk about or has talked about in varying degrees of it. Every single self-improvement channel hits all these different points. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So my theory of men's self-improvement and what all these YouTube channels discuss, including myself, is to basically maximize your attraction pillars to live a better life and attract hotter women. Of course, the woman part is a byproduct of it, but the main aspect is to maximize the attraction pillars to live a better life. Now, what are these attraction pillars? The main attraction pillars to men's self-improvement is number one, increasing your looks. Number two, increasing your money. Number three, increasing your status. Number four, learning and applying game. And number five, mindset. Those are the main pillars to self-improvement. And these pillars also make up somebody's sexual market value. And it is the main attraction pillars to basically get what you want out of life as a man. And that includes dating, that includes business, everything falls back to this right here. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down each pillar and talk about the most relevant and important parts of each pillar that you should focus on. And once again, this is also the same stuff that many channels will talk about too. So don't be surprised whenever you're watching a YouTube video and you kind of hear the same stuff. That is because all of these pillars are talked about within the men's self-improvement space. So let's break it down. Number one, looks. So with looks, the main two things it's breaking down to is number one, sex appeal, and number two, face and body. Let's talk about number one, sex appeal. I talk about it a lot, but basically it means increasing your sexual attractiveness. You don't have to be the most objectively best looking person in the room, but if you can increase your sex appeal, that'll make you more sexier and attractive to women at scale. Increasing your sex appeal can include increasing your style, getting tattoos, body game, getting more muscular, being a low body fat percentage, having a better tonality. Things like that will increase your sex appeal. Number two, face and body. So with face, it can definitely get into a deep rabbit hole. This is where you'll start to experience more of the black pill community of things, because these people are really heavily looks based and heavily focused on facial attractiveness. Now, facial attractiveness is definitely important when it comes to increasing the max out of your looks pillar. So I'm not gonna act like it's not important, it definitely is, but some communities will tend to emphasize the face aspect more than anything else. And then number two, body. This is what's going to be targeted more on fitness channels and just people teaching you how to build a better physique. Me, myself, I've been in the fitness industry since 2016, teaching men how to get better physiques and bodies and do that with just their body weight. So those were the main pillars of looks. Let's now move on to money. With money, the main two things you need to know is number one, being financially literate. So just understanding money, how it works, understanding expenses, understanding money coming in, cash flow, just all the financial literate stuff that it takes to just understand money from a foundational aspect. There are many financial literacy type channels and classes, but my favorite book of all time that will teach you some degree of financial literacy is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Number two part of money is business and entrepreneurship. We tend to realize a lot of self-improvement channels tend to focus a lot on business, entrepreneurship, becoming your own boss, just things revolving around that so that you don't have to work a job or just land in normal corporate type of work sphere. So these were some of the things about money that you must increase and get better at. and that's what's mainly talked about in the money aspect of things, besides obviously just making more money. Also, keep in mind guys, as I talk about these things, a part of each pillar, this is from my perspective, what I feel is important or the most popular things. Of course, you're probably gonna have a different perception of me. You might think that in the looks category of things, face isn't that important. For you, it could all be about body, and that's pretty much it. So I met people like that too. So just keep that in mind. The third attraction pillar is status. So with status, you must be a leader of men. Basically evaluating how you're capable of leading other men and do other men look up to you. So this can be an example of anything. You could be working a job and you're the manager. In that case, you have status because you're a leader of men. You could be working a corporate job and you're the CEO, or you're chairman to the CEO. You're still a leader of men and men look up to you. Women pay attention to this too. That's why it's such an important attraction pillar and can really increase your attractiveness and your life as a man, just increasing your status in any niche or sphere that you're in. I'll give an example with me. I've given this example before too, but when I'm out on first dates or just out on dates with the girls I'm dating or whatever, and guys come up to me, wanted to take pictures, telling me how much I helped them change their lives, that means a lot to a woman who's with you, and that's definitely an attraction to sort of trigger right there. I think more so than a woman coming up to you and finding you attractive. Now, the next part about status is just your social status and your social proof. Now, with the modern day and age of digital media, this mostly will be in regards to your Instagram profile and your social media profiles. How much status do you relate online? Because that is a big deal now, more so than just having status in person. I think having online status is probably the most important part when it comes to having status. And y'all stay tuned because I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to increase your status and how I did it fully from a dating perspective in my Digital Romeo mentorship, which is here to release here soon. So definitely subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned for that because it's gonna be absolutely life-changing. All right, so we got looks, money, status out the way. We all know that these are the main attraction pillars, and it encompasses a lot about men's self-improvement. Now, the next aspect is game. Game really isn't talked about a lot, and some people, especially the looksism people, the people who value more looks, tend to think that game is cope, game is not needed. But I'll tell you firsthand that game is still needed, especially after you've gotten your foot in the door. So again, the main things you want to work on is number one, confidence. You tend to realize a lot of these channels, videos, books tend to help guys on increasing their confidence, how to feel more confident, because your confidence is one of the biggest aspects of your game. If you have no confidence to do anything, despite being attractive, despite having money, despite having status, you're really not going to go that far in life, and in dating especially, because even me myself, having a decent base and never being necessarily ugly, the biggest reason why I struggle a lot with my dating back when I was younger, a teenager and stuff, is because I lacked confidence. Women would tell me I'm attractive all the time. I would get complimented by dudes on my muscles or whatever, but I had no confidence in myself, so I was actually ugly overall. And that was because of my game and confidence. Now, of course, confidence can be faked, and confidence can be practiced throughout time. An example with me is that you'll see a clear indicator of how I was doing public interviews on this channel from the start versus how I do them now. There's a confidence shift in there. And you guys don't know this, but I had like little to no experience going up to girls, doing public interviews and stuff like that. So it was kind of new to me, and it was hard to fully be confident in it. And the more I started doing it, the better I got at it, the more confidence I gained within myself, and it started turning out better and better. And this goes with any aspect of your life, guys, not just dating. The second thing about game is charisma. So this really, to a degree, can't really be taught, in my opinion. I think this is more about just your upbringing, your own certain personality, and everybody has different charisma levels. I have an uncle who can just start a conversation with anybody. He can walk in a room and be friends with everybody in the next 30 minutes. I swear to God, he has the most charisma I've ever seen out of anybody. Another huge example is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is highly charismatic in the way he speaks, the way he comes off, the confidence with a slight mix of arrogance and the charisma is what really makes people attracted to him, men and women alike. And that's why he's blown up so much in the past 6 months to a year, is because he has a high degree of charisma. Now, like I said, to a degree, really can't be taught. You can kind of practice it here and there, but I feel like charisma is a talent and most people are born with it, just like good singers, good dancers. Some people might debate you and be like, oh, this can't be taught, but in my opinion, I'm not entirely so sure. And another aspect of game is just applying the knowledge, applying the foundational knowledge of what you've been taught to receive the outcome that you want. Game sometimes is codename for a game plan or a strategy. And all that means, once again, is doing something so that you get the outcome that you desire. There's game for many different things that you can apply this to. Getting a job, landing a date with a girl, once the girl's at your place, how you can sleep with her. Game goes for everything, guys. There's always a game plan for something. And me, myself, I'm really into strategy and applying strategy. So even me myself, I've learned that I have a game for everything. I have game for everything, even if you guys don't realize it. So just remember, a lot of game has to do with just your ability to communicate, your confidence, your charisma, and your own certain game plan. Now, the last pillar we're gonna talk about that encompasses all of men's self-improvement is mindset. This often gets overlooked in a lot of different subjects, but mindset is sort of the reason why we're all here in the first place. Mindset in regards to what we're talking about, self-improvement, all it means is unplugging and adapting to the new dating marketplace and the new world of how it actually is. Not living in old times, not being the blue pill beta that we talked about. A lot of this actually means being red pill and understanding female nature in itself. And the mindset part kind of ties into game, but I think game is more about application, where mindset is more about knowing that knowledge and adapting accordingly. So obviously, my whole dating strategy would be different if I was not aware of female nature, if I was not unplugged to the lies and the beta stories I've been taught my whole entire life. That plays a part into it. And also, you'll tend to come across some blue-pilled players or guys who are good with women, but they don't really know female nature, or they're not red-pilled, so they still end up getting effed up in the end, right? And you probably have friends who are like this. I've definitely seen a lot of people like this. So with that being said, that's why mindset is so important, and mindset is taught in a lot of self-improvement spaces. So guys, that was basically men's self-improvement decoded. I promise you, every single video you watch in the Manosphere will target something regarding these points. Those 5 pillars will make you into a full, complete man. And if you can maximize all these 5 pillars and continuously get better at all of them over time, then you yourself will reach the top 10% in your life, and you will have a fulfilling, successful life in regards to your success in business and, of course, your dating life. So let me know what you think down below. Subscribe, like the video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.